punching their ticket to Cheyenne. Someone their season will be at. Looks like it's going to be Ditchia coming in. Or
all right, welcome back in.
Ditchia.
As we get set for the second half here, last 40 minutes in regulation. If we don't score any goals then, we'll go to 2 10-minute overtimes, and then we'll go to penalty kicks until somebody wins this thing. But both teams, I'm sure, want to get that done in regulation. Don't want to leave it up for penalty kicks here. For the Rock Springs Tigers, as the sun starts to peek out from behind the clouds here, they'll skip it through on the run as Benitez. He can't get there though. Menez is there for the Evanston Red Devils. Nice look by Sosa to send that through, and that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Came from this near side to the far side, trying to catch Benitez on the run. They drop it to Bitcha. Leave it off for Sosa. He's at the top of the box. Leave it for Hyatt. He spins. Skips it away. Benitez outside the 18 box. And that's going to catch the wind and skip out the end line. I'm sure Junior wanted to turn that one in. It turned out. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt down there since he's the one kicking that ball.
Yeah.
So it'll be a goal kick for Evanston as we get to the 42nd minute here, and really for the Rock Springs Tigers, just you got to keep pressure and you got to make sure. Hello. That is a foul. Thank you. Finally, Newsom pushed Sosa a couple of times trying to get to the ball, and finally the penalty was called. I mean, Sosa's already given away 6 inches. I mean, you got to give him a little bit of a break there. That ball will skip through. That's tapped away, and knocking it away is Evanston. Good work down there by Burgos to head that one away. Now Evanston, they'll come to the mid. They'll come to Duarte. Hernandez. That'll come back through, and then Evanston will give a kick to it that's high in the air. And Hyatt will spin, can't control it. Now it'll come to Renova. Renova leaves it off for Newsom. He'll send it up through. On the run is Perez, but Curtis will get there. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Evanston doesn't have to change a lot of what they're doing because they're getting it up in. You're getting a guy one-on-one, and if you can win one of those challenges, you're going to have a goal there. Fortunately for the Rock Springs Tigers, they've got an all-stater in Carson Curtis back there defending, so on this near side. Evanston switches off. They'll be working left to right, or they'll be working to the north goal as Renova will send that one in. Easy one for Hudson Conrad, and that'll be kicked away, or no, just thrown away by Hudson as he'll work it in the middle to Hamilton. Hamilton, they'll dump it away to Moreno. They'll work it to Mendoza. Mendoza getting set to skip it away to Hyatt, and then they'll work it back away to Mendoza. And this is where Mendoza, he's got a Hyatt adjusting his uniform, and Mendoza did not notice it. Perez will gather it in outside the 18 box on this near side. He'll work it to the end line. Good work by Curtis. Stops it before it goes out of bounds. That is why that man is an all-stater. They work it to Hyatt. Hyatt will bring it up this near side as he works against Renova. Skip it through. Hyatt, good footwork. Looking to send it through. Good send through. Benitez on the run. That'll be just too much. As Hyatt goes, I got it dialed in now. They get another one like that. I think if Hyatt puts that a little bit higher in the air, that'll fall back to Benitez. That ball will send all the way down. That'll go out the end line and will be actually a throw-in for the Tigers here, right in the corner.
For Rock Springs. Mario Mendoza to take it.
45th minute here as Mendoza will throw it in.
Throws it in down the line.
They'll work it to Hyatt. Hyatt will send it up the line to Moreno. That skipped out of bounds. Oh, that looked like it went off Wiley from up here, but the side judge says no, and we will have a throw in by Newsom.
Score here in the second half. Newsom.
That'll be headed away by Hyatt. That'll come away tomorrow. Morrow will skip it back outside to Newsom. That's out of bounds, and that'll belong to the Tigers on the throw-in. Sosa with the quick throw-in. Works it to Hyatt. As we work to the 45th minute, that's tapped away. Then Jeff Hyatt will take it away. Good work by both defensive and offensive guys for Evanston and Rock Springs. Just a battle of wheels out here as we head to the 45th minute as Sosa will skip it through. That'll go to Bitya. Then outside to Benitez. Benitez on the run, skips it back through. That's tapped away. Comes away to Bitya. He'll let it settle. Fire to the No! They are going to call a foul. They're going to call an offsides penalty on the Rock Springs Tigers. Take that one off the board. And the Tigers with their best opportunity, and they are called offsides. Oh man, that's a tough one.
Very quickly.
Oh my God.
Evanston will bring it up that far sideline, and that'll come away, and the Tigers will skip it up through. Tigers just need to keep that pressure. Just let that one go away. Don't even worry about it. Act like as that did not even happen. You can't do anything about it anyway as the official's there, and the ball will be skipped out of bounds and will belong to the Evanston Red Devils as they'll throw it in. We work to the 47th minute here.
We got a whistle and a legal throw in on
Evanston, and that'll come back and belong to the Tigers. Hamilton will be tapped away, come away to Richmond. They'll dump it back, and the Tigers will skip it up ahead. And Evanston will send it to the backside. Mendoza will let it slide out of bounds, and Mendoza will quickly throw it in. He'll work it into Hyatt, work it back to Mendoza. Comes away to Renova, and then that's skipped off of Hyatt's feet and out of bounds.
Renova in the attacking third. Chucks it past Mendoza.
It'll go out the end line on the throw in, and it will be a Rock Springs Tigers goal kick.
That'll bring up a Rock Springs goal kick.
Well, we're in the 48th minute here. We're in the second half.
Yeah, this is going a lot.
And the Tigers and Evanston working to a nil-nil draw here so far as they work it outside to the Tigers. Benitez will try to skip it up the sideline. That's knocked out of bounds by Evanston.
Back to live action, knocked up the right sideline in the midfield.
As the Tigers are working to the south goal now. And they're going to call a handball on Hyatt. Usually, sometimes they'll let those go, but Hyatt was all alone. And he played it off well. The Evanston Red Devil was so violent in his protest of a handball. It really caught Hyatt underneath the elbow. I don't know. I think those are ones that are incidental and not an official handball, in my opinion, and can be let go. So Conrad will get a hold of a goal kick. That'll skip through, and good job by Garfias to send it back through. And Duarte will send it back through in the mid. And that's knocked down by Evanston. Hyatt trying to track it down. Does. Hyatt will let it settle. Work it to Sosa. Sosa will work it through. Off to Hyatt. At the top of the 18. Just 25 yards out. Hyatt will try to skip it through to Moreno. That's knocked away by Evanston. Richens on the run now. He'll come along this near sideline. Richens will center it in. That's skips through. Duarte gets a hold of it though, and Moreno will let it settle off that pass.
I get way too excited.
Hyatt will send it up to Sosa. Sosa now skips it through. On the run is Benitez. Bitcha has to settle. That skips through. Bitcha fires into the That one is good, and the Rock Springs Tigers go up 1-0 here from Jackson.
Yes.
And the Rock Springs Tigers just pushing pressure, get it to the outside, skip it through, And Burgos just not able to tap that with his foot as the clock needs to stop here. And we'll take this time out. Rock Springs Tigers up 1-0 over the Evanston Red Devils.
Perfect.
Whew.
You look sweaty.
Hey, the clock's gonna stop.
Am I stopping the clock? I don't think he mentioned anything about stopping that.
Stopping on goals. Just gotta know.
Jimmy Vidya goes into the box.
I missed that
It's a good pass, by the way, from Junior Benitez. And buries the left foot into the ball and finds it off of the left post, beating goalkeeper Dom Mendez, and that gives us our score 1-0. Rock Springs on the
Who assisted him? Junior, huh?
50 minutes into this one, and now Evanston has got to figure out a way to even it back up. Renova kicks it back out towards Newsom in the defensive third, trying to go towards the middle.
They should get 2
away by
goals.
Sosa.
Even
Good
3.
ball placed by Sosa, finds Benitez, and they're looking to run the
not
same play.
again.
Benitez trying to curve it into the box, but this
Tigers
time,
on the pressure again. They'll work it outside to Benitez, and as I talked
Junior.
about, Benitez works it to the 18 box, to the corner, centers it through. That'll go out the inline. But as I talked about, the Rock Springs Tigers since halftime have brought it either side. When they get the opportunity, they are switching sides of the fields and sending the ball in the air across, trying to catch Evanston off guard to get it to the offside forward. Then they can have the momentum of Evanston pushing to the far side or the near side, whichever way it goes. Then you can center it back through and you don't get that switch. It's just simple mechanics on the soccer field here. For the Rock Springs Tigers, they're guarding against Evanston here as that goal comes from Jim Bitcha in the 50th minute. The ball, Newsom will fire it through. That's knocked down by Mendoza. And Jim Bitcha in the 50th minute of this 4A West first round contest gets the Tigers into the 1-0 lead here, and Evanston will come down. They are in the 52nd minute. They will have a corner kick here, and Evanston will line everybody to the far side of the 18 box as Garfas will send it in, headed, that's stopped, fired in, comes back outside, and that's over the crossbar, and they're going to call a corner kick. They're going to say that went off Hudson's hands. And that'll be a corner kick for Evanston. That was a nice set play by Evanston. They were able to stop the ball on the ground, settle it, and able to kick it through. But for Rock Springs, I think they need to give a little space when they're marking up here. They're a little too close as coming away with it. Now the run out, Hyatt will skip it through, tries to work it to Sosa, and then that'll come through, and Richards has worked to the end line. Good work by Mendoza, and that will be skipped out and will be a throw-in for the Evanston Red Devils. Renova will send it in. We're in the 53rd minute here from Jackson. Newsom will send it in. That's headed away by Curtis. It'll come back outside, and the field goal attempt by Evanston is to the left side, and that will be no good, they say, on the field as they come out, and that'll be a goal kick for the Rock Springs Tigers. You got to get your foot on top of the ball, settle it, and don't let it bounce. Hyatt will skip it through. Nice knockdown there by Burgos and Hamilton. Oh, man. Just stepped on the ball and rolled over the top of it. That happens. If you played soccer, that happens all the time.
Or a hard kick right
and
towards Perez.
Renova, bring it to the 18 box at the corner, working against Mendoza, tapped away by Mendoza. That'll be a throw-in for Evanston. All of a sudden, it has gotten hot in this press box here as Wiley skips it through. Hudson there.
His cross just becomes a slow
And he will skip it up ahead into the midfield.
off of the near post. Cleared out by
That'll skip
Ross
away.
Springs.
Tigers. Sosa looking up ahead. We'll try to skip it through to Bitya. That's going to be knocked down and taken away by Garfias. Good work by Garfias. He has been around the ball a lot. Bitya on the run, but that's going to skip to Mendez. And we work to the 54th minute here. Rock Springs up 1-0 here. First round contest here from Jackson. The road to Cheyenne
He's such a nice
starts
guy.
right here. The
He's a
winner
nice
will play
guy.
at 11 o'clock
Yeah,
against
like,
Kelly
he's nice,
Walsh
but,
over
like-
NC. Let's skip it up ahead to Benitez. He fires it through. That's going to be out the end line. Junior was trying to bend that one back through. Just couldn't get his foot around enough as the defender was right on it. That's a good job by Junior recognizing, trying to bend that through.
With the goal kick.
55th minute here from Jackson. And they'll work it outside to Newsom on the goal kick. Work it out the 18 box on this near side. Try to skip it up ahead. Nobody was there for Evanston. I'm not quite sure as the wind has picked up a little bit as the wind is blowing right across this stadium floor here as the flags are blowing right into, if the windows were open, right into our face. But it's nice to be in a nice pressure controlled press box.
Oh my God.
So Hyatt will skip it back through. They'll work it up to Moreno. That is knocked back in. And then Mendoza. And then they'll work it to Perez. Perez knocks it down outside the 18 box. He'll settle and fire. And that's knocked away by Curtis.
Corner of the box. Carson Curtis puts a body on it, puts it over the
Job by
sideline,
Curtis,
and
just
throw-in.
standing up
So
straight
he's
there,
at
and
the third of Evanston.
he didn't even turn. He just hit it with the chest.
And so with a chance
That ball skips through. That'll be knocked down by Duarte. Bitcha will work it off to Sosa. Sosa tries to skip it ahead, taps it away, and coming away with it is Sosa. He works it through the mid. Sosa, plenty of choices. That's tapped away. Then he tries to work it away through Hyatt, and tapping it away is Newsom. Good defense by Newsom. That'll be sent through Curtis. Good work by him. Just tap it. Just a short tap is all he needed to work it to Mendoza. He'll work up along this near sideline. Mendoza stops it, works it back to Moreno. Moreno will try to work it into the mid. He's kind of working back away from the ball. He wanted to get that in the air and work it across the field, but he just couldn't quite get there. Garfias works it back through. Perez in the center will tap it down, knocks it away. That's sent away by Curtis. Curtis will let it settle. Curtis with the Tigers skips it off to Sosa. Sosa will skip it through. That's tapped away. Good job by Garfias. And Hamilton with a man on. Nobody let him know. Richards knocks it away. And then Curtis will knock it away. Curtis got to get back in the mix of things back in defensively. They'll work it up ahead to Curtis though, as he's going to work against Evanston. That'll be skipped out of bounds and a throw in for the Tigers on that far side. 58th minute here is the
tackle by number 23, Braden Davies. So it goes over the line, and it will be
Davies will
throwing.
check back into the ball game. Brandon Hernandez checks back in.
Coming up for Rock Springs, actually.
Davies is going to launch this one in for the Tigers here. As he's going to
Another stop.
work it into Brandon Hernandez along that corner. Tries to skip it through. That's taken down by Evanston. That's knocked away by Hyatt. Hyatt will let it settle. He'll gather it in and work it back to Sosa. That's tapped away. Moreno will run to it. He will get it tapped away from him. And coming up the field for the Evanston Red Devils is Mendez. Curtis with a great save. That's tapped away. Works it to Mendez. Mendez, another one by Moreno tapped away. That'll skip away to Sosa. Sosa works it up through the mid. He'll settle. He'll come back to the ball, skip it away to Brandon Hernandez. Hernandez will skip it up through to Davies. Davies on the run. That's going to not settle for Burgos, and then that'll come back outside to Hamilton. He'll skip it back in. Sosa, he'll settle it. He works through. Tapped away by Evanston at the top of the box.
They're so good at
Stepping back in front of it on
Rock Springs brings it back in. Hamilton keeps his feet. Works it up ahead to Sosa. He's going to work through. Fires! That's off Mendoza. Evanston skips it away, and that'll be knocked out the... Nope. Davies will gather it in. He'll work it to Hernandez. He skips it through. Hyatt on the run. He'll try to catch up with it. That'll be taken away by Renova, and that'll be Evanston ball. Man, Mendez has had some great saves for the Evanston Red Devils here today.
Well, it's just pure luck, too. Like, it's not like he's trying.
halfway through the second half. We're going to go ahead and take a break.
Moreno, that ball skips through to Perez. Mendoza, he'll work it to Perez, down inside, and that'll skip out of bounds and belong to the Rock Springs Tigers on the throw-in. Moreno, he'll work a quick throw-in, and that's going to be a penalty. Newsom came over the top of Hyatt, and the Tigers beat Evanston 1-0 at home in Rock Springs on the 31st of March. They lost in Evanston just a couple of weeks ago, 3-2. And now the Tigers lead this one 1-0 in the 4A West Regional First Round action. The winner will move on to state and will play at 11 o'clock against either Kelly Walsh or Natrona. Right now on the South Synthetic Field, the Kelly Walsh Trojans, Green River Lady Wolves battling it out to see who will face off against Rock Springs tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Mendoza will knock the ball out this near sideline. Down in the offensive third for Evanston as they push to this north goal down to my right. Richens dumps it to Renova, centers it, tapped away by Curtis, knocked away by Hamilton. On the run, Hyatt will gather it in. Hyatt will skip it away to Davies. He'll leave it off for Brandon Hernandez, and a push down by Red Devils. Quickly, Hernandez, he'll skip it up through. Davies on the run. That's headed away by Evanston. Good work defensively. Hernandez will keep it in, and Hernandez taps it away. That'll come away to Sosa. Sosa along that far sideline. That is going to belong to the Tigers. And a check-in for the Tigers as Panzer will check in. Moreno will check out.
After the battle, Sosa waiting for the go-ahead.
We work to the 62nd minute here. We're in the second half. The Tigers up 1-0 on the Anvil Wealth scoreboard.
Sosa sends it up the left line.
Sosa skips it through. Newsom for Evanston is going to run, try to get to it. Hyatt there, knocks it down, but Newsom kicks it out of bounds. Mendoza will skip it through. That'll skip all the way through, and that's tapped away by Hyatt. Sends it high in the air. Oh, Mendoza tried to settle it. I think if he lets that go, that'll come all the way back to Panzer. They work it up to Mendoza. Tries to skip it back through to Panzer. Evanston will control, and then Mendoza knocks that one down. And that's a throw-in for Evanston and a check-in for Evanston.
Wiley will come back.
And Wiley will check back in for Evanston, and checking out will be Mendez.
On the right line, popped up high by Mario Mendoza. In the attacking third, out of bounds.
Mendoza knocks that one down quickly. End line, that'll skip through. Curtis sends it back outside this near side. Renova controls it. Mendoza there though, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers.
Off of Evanston and over the left line, so throw it on the defensive third for Rock Springs. But
then Panzer will get it. That's tapped away by Renova. Spires. Hudson comes there. Will gather it in right in the front basket. And good work by Hudson Conrad
It's the
stayed
strawberry
solid
candies I gave
to
him.
that near side post and let the
They're doing
offensive player
wonders.
make the decision there. He tried to go far side. Hudson gathers it in.
Oh my God.
Wiley, they work it to Richens. Man, that's tapped away by Rock Springs. Carson Curtis with another great offensive play. That'll skip all the way ahead to Brandon Hernandez. He'll skip it outside to Davies. Davies outside the box. Works it back to Hernandez. And then that's tapped away by Evanston. Great defense on that far side.
And waiting for it to turn it away, Jesus Duarte, who kicks this one up the line.
Good defense out there on that far side by Ramirez of Evanston. Rock Springs will control it though. Panzer will leave it off for Brandon Hernandez. He will work outside and then try to work it to Panzer. That's sent back and to the center. That'll work to Perez. Perez leaves it off for Renova. They'll work it for Richens. Richens works it up ahead, trying to find Perez just too far out in front of him. And as we work to the 64th minute, the Tigers
60 minutes
up 1-0 here.
The half. Red Devils trail 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
Tigers on that Anvil Well scoreboard up 1-0.
Conrad.
65th minute. Tigers Jim Bitcha scores in the 50th minute, broke a scoreless tie. That ball skips away. Mendoza will send it up this near sideline. This is where I would imagine as you work closer into that 10th minute mark, I think that's where the Rock Springs Tigers will probably try to drop some more guys back defensively and just kind of pack it in, and we'll see. No, as Bitcha will check back in for the Tigers.
15 left in the match.
Remind everybody, we'll have the Rock Springs Lady Tigers tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They'll face off against Green River and Kelly Walsh. The winner of that contest is playing, that contest is being played right now over on the synthetic field. As Newsom is pushed to the ground, Jeff thought he was playing football there for a minute, and he'll gather in that foul. So
free kick lined up around the 45-yard line on the right wing.
Wiley will send that one in. That's headed back in by the Tigers. Mendoza. And then a foul comes in by Evanston as they were pushing on the back there.
14 and a half left in the second half.
Tigers
Hudson
in their
Conrad.
black uniforms today, working right to left. They're working to the south goal in this second half. Hudson Conrad in the goal for the Rock Springs Tigers. He's working in this north goal. And the Tigers will send it up through. That'll skip through to Bitya. They'll leave it off for Davies. Davies on the run. He'll send it back through just too much as Bitya can't get there. And the Tigers, it's just one of those that will just send it too far ahead, just too much for Bitya to get to. They'll work it outside though, do the Tigers on the kick, and then Davies will work it up along that far sideline.
Working his way into the box.
They'll try to work it back into Bitya. That'll send to the 18 box. Gets the fit on it, tries to tap it through, loses the control. That'll come back to Hernandez. He'll skip it back through. Bitcha there. That'll go high in the air. Hamilton runs in. That's knocked down. Bitcha tries to get there, but Mendez for the Evanston Red Devils knocks it down. This is where the Tigers have got to be careful, and they've got to keep numbers back and protect that 1-0 lead here. That'll come back to the Tigers as that ball comes clear back to this sideline. 67th minute here as that ball skips through. Renova will handle it. He'll work it to the middle. That's tapped away by Hyatt. Hyatt will come away. Skip it up ahead to Sosa. Sosa, he's got a 2-on-3. He'll gather in the ball. He'll work it to the top. Skip it through. That is off of Mendez, and that's where Bitcha has got to realize he's got to come through on that and run to the goal.
The second half, Rock Springs leads it 1-0 after a goal by
Duarte will knock the boot by the keeper back way to midway. That'll be gathered in by Lichty, and they'll work it down that far sideline. Lichty. That's knocked away by the Tigers. They'll skip through.
Excuse me, that is Davies, Braden Davies.
As Braden Davies out on the far side.
Contact as it moves towards
He's working against Wiley.
for Evanston. Wiley lines it up right.
Wiley and Myers on that far side working against Davies.
Rock Springs. Far left
And
wing.
that ball
Wiley
will be
on
sent
the
in to the top of the 18. Knocked away by Duarte. You're going to skip it back outside, and Sosa will just fire one up ahead. Bitya trying to run up underneath it. Getting there first is Garfias. That'll tap away. Davies, that's going to be an offsides by Bitya. He just worked up ahead. I looked at Davies coming on. I looked up ahead, and Bitya. They knocked that off of Jim, and then, Garfias is lucky, and Sosa will gather it in. He'll attack it. He'll work it to Hyatt. Hyatt at the top, works it through. He works it in. Football crossbar, and Hyatt almost had an opportunity there. Just got underneath the ball, and that was almost the second goal for the Tigers there. 1-0 in the 69th minute here from Jackson.
On the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
Tigers just attacking, I guess. You go down swinging, or you you play until and you attack until the end. I mean, there's something to be said to camp it in and play a little defense, but Coach Alan Winwood was an offensive player for the Tigers, and he continues to be that way as a coach as well. So Renova will work it in along this sideline. Dump it back to Renova. That's knocked away by Curtis out the sideline, and the Tigers will come back defensively. Evanston along the sideline. We'll work it to Mendez. He's going to try to center it through, left-footed, knocked down by Hamilton. Panzer will let it settle. He'll kick it up ahead. Benitez trying to get to it. That's tapped away. Benitez is knocked down. They're going to let that one go. Benitez is in a world of hurt. Hamilton gets it knocked away. That'll come away to Hernandez. He'll turn it to the outside on that far side. Try to skip it up ahead. And they're going to have a handball out there. I believe that's on Newsom. Or Myers, excuse me.
Free kick awarded.
Oh my
The
God.
Tigers will have a free kick on that far side of the field. They'll work it up right to left. The Tigers up 1-0 here in the 71st minute of this first round action. Ball will skip through. Hyatt will come down this near sideline. He's going to gather it in outside the 18 box. He's going to work it to the end line. Stop his momentum. Work against to Panzer. That's going to be skipped away by Evanston. Panzer just couldn't settle that one enough and work with
On
it.
the left sideline for Mario Mendoza.
Mendoza will bring the ball in along this left sideline. And he's going to fire it all the way in. Try to work it to Hamilton. Skips away to Panzer. Richens battling down there. They'll skip it up ahead, and that'll be out of the area of Mendez, and Mendoza will have the throw in. 72nd minute now here in the second half. Curtis taps it away. Curtis again taps another one away. Hyatt will gather it in. Hyatt will skip through the mid. That's knocked away by Wiley, but the foul comes in. And that belongs to the Tigers here. And now Mendoza is going to have an opportunity to set one in close to that 18-yard mark. Rock Spring just kind of settles to come halfway down. That ball will skip away to Hamilton, to Hyatt. Hyatt skips it away to Sosa. Sosa fires it through. Bitcha tries to settle, come away to Hamilton. Back outside to Benitez. Benitez outside the box, at the corner on the far side. And then he'll come back outside to Hernandez. Clear outside to the top of the attacking third. Hernandez will dump it away to Duarte. Tries to work it back inside to Benitez. Can't get a handle on it. And that'll work away to Evanston. They'll skip it through. And that's on the run. And Curtis again with a big save for the Tigers. That'll skip away and it'll be a throw-in for the Evanston Red Devils. Renova will bring it in. They'll fire it high in the air, and that'll go over the top of the goal. And that'll be a throw-in for the Tigers.
Why is 40 minutes so long?
Goal kick coming up for Rock
First ones are
Springs.
so fast.
73rd minute here.
Bring on a new player,
Exciting.
number 8, Joe
Jackson Hole, Wyoming, the site of the 4A regional tournament for the boys and girls here.
Hudson Conrad
The
now gets
boys,
the go ahead.
the Rock Springs boys, Evanston boys facing off in the first round action.
Away by Wiley.
And
I know, it's
Holds it down.
we'll skip away
Still in
from
the center third, but taken away.
Myers and the oh no, they say it
No, they're
can't.
saying
Okay,
it's off of him.
that clearly came off Myers from up here. Even with my naked eye, I could have saw that without my contacts in.
Off this one,
And that ball again skipped out of bounds by Rock Springs.
By Rock Springs. So another throw in at the dead center, 6:40. Myers.
74th minute now.
Wiley gets
As
massive,
the
but
ball
Ramirez
skipped away by
gets it on it.
Panzer.
Back to Panzer, who sends it
Sosa
up the
battling
center.
for it. He'll
Sosa
skip it away to Bitcha.
back out to
Bitcha. And that'll be tapped
By
away.
Garfias at the
Garfias will
30.
tap it away. They're coming back. Joe Montez, he's going to gather it in. They work it away to Panzer. He drops it off to Montez. He'll work it off to Mendoza. Mendoza will work it up along this near side. He'll skip it away to Panzer. Then they work it back to Montez. Montez
Gets a foot on it, tries to take
battling
it
for
away.
it. It'll come away to Mendoza, and they'll say that's off of Evanston. Quickly up the field. They'll work it to Mendez. And Panzer battling with Mendez for it. And are they going to call a foul? Whoa. Man, he's just kicking the ball away. Panzer's kicking the ball away there. And Wiley will have the kick. I don't agree with that one. That'll come right to Conrad though. Let's go.
And it drops right
And the free throw shot never lies. That's what I say. Ball will come back to Richens. Richens leaves it outside. That'll come away to Mendoza. Mendoza will work it up. Nice slide tackle by Wiley. And he'll kick it back to Richens. They'll work it up. Mendez on the run. Curtis there will send it out this near sideline. And that's all the Tigers have got to do is just tap it away and tick those precious seconds away there as the ball comes to the sideline. Like Panzer right there, just get that one away. He's battled for Renova. He stops, settle. Panzer falls on it, and oh, they're going to call a foul?
Rock Springs.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. A foul comes in? Panzer falls on top of the ball, and a foul comes in.
1, 2, 3.
You're joking.
There's no way.
Wall. 5-man wall.
We're in the 76th minute here.
No, it's 4 with Mendoza
And
just off of it.
Conrad has these defensive players lined up, and Wiley and Perez will try to work this action. They'll skip it through. Nice work by Sosa to head that one away. It'll come back through. Bitcha knocks it away, and that'll come out the end line and belong to the Tigers on the board.
Off the bounce, just outside of the box, and it curls.
Evanston with an opportunity there, but Josh Sosa comes up big and will head it away, and a stop of the clock. Got to stop the clock.
Seconds left.
And
The clock.
Tigers substituting, so in the last 5 minutes, team ahead, the clock will stop. And see if they reset any time there. As the Tigers substitute here, they'll send in Hyatt. I like this rule from for high school soccer. In the last 5 minutes, the team ahead, you substitute, the clock stops. I love it because that takes the gamesmanship out, and it actually, as the defender, you 413. You've got to think ahead coming into that 5-minute marker, the 75th minute mark of the game. You've got to think ahead. Do I have everybody out on the field that I need? And, am I going to sub in close and send somebody to this near side? There's a lot there because at least 30 seconds can click away as they set about 20 seconds back on the clock. Ball will come to the top of the 18 box for Evanston. They try to skip it through. Mendoza will fire it up ahead, and that'll skip out of bounds. And that'll be a throw in for Evanston. And Evanston will bring it in. Sosa will tap it away. That'll come away to Wiley. Renova will gather it in. Working against Montez. Renova battling against Montez. The challenge, neither of them can win it.
Tough defense.
Renova settles the ball in. They'll work it to Newsom. Mendoza jumps on the step ladder and will head it away, and that'll belong to the Red Devils. And the clock will stop here, and Wiley
has gone down.
Wiley will go down, and
He might have a bit of a cramp here. As he's
a
not
cramp looks like it's coming on
riding in
for
front,
Wiley.
but there's definitely
So the
some
clock will
type of
stop
going on.
with 77 minutes.
Oh,
Let's take this time out here. We'll be back right after this.
Nil on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
Nobody got time
Wiley
for that.
Huh?
I said, ain't nobody got time for that.
walking off the field on his own power. If this score holds up,
Right there, we're right there.
that might
They're
unfortunately
probably
be the final
Guys, we got it.
like
we're going to state.
Dude, I guarantee they're all saying max defense right here.
For
Yeah.
Evanston Red Devils. A lot of seniors on this Red Devil team. We've got Dom Mendez, Curtis Richens, Logan Garfias, Caden Wiley, Tanner Newsom. David
Wiley
Evans,
walks off on his own pressure. He come up with that, looks like a cramp. It's really lame coming off to that far
Keep
side.
their season
So
alive, keep their Red
the
Devil
Tigers up
players going
1-0.
one more
We're
weekend.
in the 77th minute here.
Winner of this game.
Everybody's saying their Hail Marys and
In the regional semifinal,
whatever
loser,
you want to pray to. And the Tigers, Moreno skips it ahead. That comes away to Richens, but right there is Davies. He'll knock it away. Comes away to Hyatt. Hyatt looking up ahead. He'll skip it through on the run. That'll skip through. Benitez comes away to Sosa. Sosa lets it settle. He'll knocked away by Garfias. Good defensive work down there by Garfias. Another all-conference, all-state player out on the field for Evanston and these Rock Springs Tigers battling here, and Garfias able to knock that one away. Corner kick coming up for the Tigers. They'll bring it from the far side to the near side. That'll come in the air. That'll be headed away by Garfias. That'll come back through for the Tigers. Skipped all the way through and coming through to the mid. And good work by Aiden Hernandez as he'll just skip it back through in as the Tigers set 5 right at the line. And I would even have them back farther, but that's me. Especially in these last 2 minutes. Hyatt works it to Moreno. Moreno skips it away. Hernandez on the run, trying to get to it. Off that far sideline. They'll work it back to Hernandez. Hernandez skips it away. Trying to work it to Davies. That'll skip back away to Davies. He'll knock it through. Fire it. That's knocked down by Garfias. That's tapped away by Hyatt as he steps in. Off his back heel. The number 8 and that'll be tapped away. Moreno, that'll come away to Newsom. Davies will settle it as he works into the midfield spot. Hamilton in mid, Moreno in mid as well. So the Tigers kind of shifted 2 or 3 players that are usually forwards back into the mid and defenders right into that midfield spot. Evanston, last ditch attempt here as they will check in a player. Clock shouldn't. Oh yeah, the clock should roll. Shouldn't stop. Not on the team that's behind. That's their choice to substitute in, and that'll come back away from Newsom to Mendez. Richard back to Mendez, fires it in. That's skipped away by Duarte. Throw in for Evanston. Newsom will skip it away down the line to Mendez. He'll center it through. Richens at the top of the 18 box. That's skipped away. That'll be sent away by Duarte. That'll come back out. And coming away, Garfias. Sosa will send it up through on the run. That'll come away to the Mendez, the goalkeeper. He'll put a left foot into it. That's headed away, and he'll skip away as Conrad will gather it in as we go down to the last minute of this contest here. Conrad will send it up ahead. Nice knockdown by Hyatt. He'll work it through the mid. Send it out to Davies on that far side. Davies will let it settle. Davies stops outside the 18 box. He'll try to skip it through. Knocked down. Davies taps it away. Gafias, that'll be tapped away by Hyatt. Back into the mid. Richens, that's knocked down in by Duarte. Mendez on the run. He'll gather it in. 10 seconds to go. Mendez against Newsom. Drops it off to Sosa. Taps it through. Mendez comes through. Taps it away at his goalkeeping position. And that'll slide out of bounds. And the Rock Springs Tigers will go to state as they will head to the state championships in Cheyenne next Thursday. They will play next at 11 o'clock against the winner of Kelly Walsh and